Test, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2. Test. Welcome to Beyond. Test, 1, 2. Test, talking. This is how I'm going to be talking. Test. Good sound. Tell Anthony they're ready to go. Yep. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Greg. Appreciate your help. Thank you. All right. We are live. Here at Beyond Billiards, we just got a bunch of new streaming capabilities set up. So we're having a feature match between our two house pros, Anthony Meglino, currently a 794 Fargo, and Julio Burgos, 747 Fargo. This will be 10 ball, race to 11. Both players are ready. They've been in the building for the past couple hours practicing, and here they're about to lag. These guys have a little bit of history playing each other. They usually play a lot longer races, but just for this promotional match, a little bit shorter. In the past they've had a long race, I think race to 100 at K&K Billiards, where Julio was able to beat Anthony, and then they had a rematch here at Beyond where Anthony took that one. So in heads-up matches, there's been a lot of back and forth. So it'll be interesting to see who can pull it off today here. And it looks like Anthony wins the lag. It is rack your own. They're using a regular rack, no magic racks for this. Shout out to Breakout Billiards. All of this new capability we have is all thanks to them. All of them are regulars here at Beyond as well, so it's fantastic to get to work with our local community on adding all this great new capability, and looking forward to bringing a lot of high quality streaming events to all of our fans. Oscar, how are you, my friend? And right away, Anthony has a dry break. It looks like Julio may be able to see the 1-3 combo if he chooses to go for that. I do believe it clears the 4 ball, so if he chooses to be aggressive right away, he does have that option. Other than this, the key is going to be, where does the 1 ball go after the combo? It looks like it will track down to the short rail. It does, and Julio masterfully controls his cue ball, leaving himself an excellent shot on the 1. Don't see any real problems here in this rack. Good shape on the 2. He's a little bit bridged up over the 4, but largely should be okay. The 4 ball will definitely clear past the 5 into the corner pocket. And yeah, it looks like Julio's off to a really strong start here. Should see him follow up to the short rail to get a little bit closer to his work on the 5. All right, so the first tiny tricky spot gets a little straight. Wanted some angle to come out center table for the 6 ball in the side, but now he's going to have to adjust his game plan. Let's see what he does. All right, he was able to cheat the pocket and get right back to where he wanted, right in line. Good start by Julio. Don't see any issues at all here. Complete player preference to go for the corner instead of trying to manufacture something for the side. And we just had these tables refelted about a week and a half ago, so you may see some of these balls slide in a little bit. These are 4-inch pockets, and once they get worn in a little bit, these tables play very tight. Right now, it seems they're playing a little bit more kind. And it looks like Julio is going to start us off with the very first rack. And we're going to cut to a quick promotional video while Julio's racking, just to show you some of the other new cool capabilities. And if there's any folks who would like to add a little shout out at any point, we can always add things like this. All right, so this is going to be Julio's first break. Let's see if he has a little more success than Anthony on the first try. El Rio can hear your fish. Yep, that's right, Danny. That's right, it's me here in the booth. Good to see you joining. Bea, thank you, Bea. All right, and Julio, as designed, makes the ball right behind the 1 in the side pocket. And he can see the 1. Unsure if this clears the 3 easily. It does not. Very interesting that he's lined up with a 1-3 combo again for the second rack in a row. So again, he's going to have to control his cue ball to make sure that he has a good shot on the 1 after completing this combo. And again, he does a great job of that. The only real issue here is going to be ensuring he doesn't overhit his cue ball and somehow get behind the 9. Highly doubt he will. Checks it with a touch of inside to ensure that doesn't happen. Takes a little bit of a longer shot, but guarantees that he will have a good look at the 2. Should see him come 2 rails around, center table. Oh, and he overcuts the 2 and misses. And Anthony's going to have a shot. So a little bit of drama early on here. It does look like he's bridged up over this 2, or over this 8 ball. But he should be able to manage and figure something out. All right, so he makes it and he gets all the way out. I think he was trying to hold for the 4 in the side, but this position should be fine for him to hit it down into the corner, come off 1 long rail out for the 5, maybe touch off the short rail first. No, he's opting for the side. He's going to maneuver around the traffic to get down for the 5. And is he going to clip this 5 and get shape? He does. And it looks like he has himself just a touch of angle here too, so he can come out for the 7 afterwards. So a little bit of luck here for Anthony, looking to tie this up at 1-1. Nicely done by Anthony. Gives himself a healthy angle, should be able to come back and forth 2 rails for shape on the 8 in the bottom right corner. Third rail for good measure. Perfect. Looks like stop shot shape here for Anthony. May draw it back just a couple inches. Give himself a more precise angle on the 9. Anthony likes to play last pocket 10 ball. So we're going to see him line up for the 10 in the same pocket as the 9. Let's see if he can tie it up early in this match. All right, nicely done. And we have an even game, 1-1. We're going to take a quick 30-second commentator break. We'll be right back. All right, and Anthony's lining up the break. He was able to get a sneak peek from Julio on where to break from, so let's see if he's able to make that 6 ball. No, and he, again, is cutting it a little bit too much. But we do see a little bit more of a cluster here right around the rack. So Julio's looking at how he can get shape on that 5 ball. It looks like it does pass by the 9. It might be very, very close. So that's probably his main concern right now. Let's see how he gets on this 4 ball to get in that small window for the 5. All right, so it looks like he wants a back cut on that 4 ball so he can come around 3 rails, come naturally into the shot line. Holds it very well, but he might have to reach a little bit here. A little bit more off the rail than he wanted to be initially. Gets out the extension. Oh, and is he going to overrun this? It's tough to tell. He might have held up just in time. Just in time. Let's see his reaction. I think that'll tell us more than the overhead will right now. Jeremy, of course, absolutely happy to provide this stream to everybody. This is it's a lot of fun. This is the inaugural stream with our new capabilities. And it looks like he did have just not enough of that 5 and he overcuts it. Thankfully, he doesn't sell out anything other than a potential carom on the 10. I'm not sure if they're playing early 10 right now. They may not be. And given that, I think Meglino may choose to just throw the 5 away. Yeah, he chooses to just lay up for a high percentage safety shot. Well done by him. He may have left just a small edge of that 5 ball for Julio. Eric, the location of this match is at Beyond Billiards down in Davie, Florida, sunny South Florida. Not very sunny today, but usually very sunny. These are our two house pros, and we're showing off some of the new capabilities that we just finished up. And Rajdi, thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate that. So Julio here is going to try to make good contact, avoid clipping the 6 or the 9 on the way in. We can tell by his body language that it is really, really tight. See if the overhead gives us any kind of information here. Yeah, that's really, really challenging. He did call the 5 in the bottom right. All right, so it looks like Anthony may have gotten away with a full safety here, forcing a kick out of Julio. Julio tries and gets a good hit, avoids a ball in hand. And it doesn't look like he's given Anthony anything. Yeah, the 9 very clearly blocks that. Anthony may choose to just roll up, freeze him maybe on the 7. Try to put the 5 down by the pocket. Nicely done and nicely executed. Now for these level of players, you see Anthony was slightly upset with himself because he's now allowing a kick for Julio. He wanted to leave that 5 more frozen on the rail to reduce the chance of Julio making this, but both players of this class tend to be the favorite to make these kinds of kick shots. So let's see if Julio can bear down and execute and get that 1-rack lead back early in this match. Now he doesn't. Is the 7 going to get in the game? It does not. All right, so despite not being a safety up to his standards, Meglino does get the result he wants. He gets an open look at the 5, no clusters. Has a very small amount of angle if he chooses to follow this, but likely will try to draw this back just to give himself a little bit more space off the rail, have a little bit better cueing. Oh, and he misses it. So he hits it a little bit thin, and by rule of 10 ball, Julio is technically allowed to give this back, but given the great position on the 6, he will not. He's going to look to punish that mistake by Anthony and run out himself. He gets what looks to be pretty straight here. It's got a very small amount of angle. So he may be able to try to work this cue ball or line up for a bank shot in the opposite side. Let's see what Julio opts for. Chooses to load up, and unfortunately he's going to clip that 10 on the way out off the second rail. And I think he has a piece of the 8 if he wants. But I don't really see a safe here. Yeah, he's choosing to go for the cross side bank on the 8. Wow, what a good shot by Julio here. And he was so focused on making the ball that he overruns position just a little bit. I think he has a relatively high percentage safe just trying to put the cue ball down behind the 10 ball on the bottom short rail here. He may try to do a 2-way shot where he banks the 9 in the side and gets safe behind the 10 at the same time. Or he may just send the 9 ball up to the short rail and create a lot of space and send the cue ball way up table. Let's see what he goes for. You can see he really wants to win this match too. He's very focused and locked in. Thank you, Ivy. I appreciate that. I try. Yeah, he's got some interesting body language. Maybe somebody keeps walking in front of his line of sight as he's playing. I don't know. That might be his concern right now. After this, I might just take a quick break, go walk over to the table, see if something's going on, and we'll be right back with it. But for now, back to the action. Let's see if Julio's able to make this cut shot. Wow, he just cut the ball. Good call. Good call, Hollywood. Back cut it and just take his medicine. A really long 10-ball shot. One of the strengths of Julio's game is pure shot making ability. So for a lot of us, we wouldn't feel very good here, but a player of Julio's caliber does it just like that and takes that one rack lead right back. 2-1 Julio. Shaking his head. He was a little bit heated about something there. So far, we've seen a good amount of drama here. And we've seen a couple dry breaks from Anthony. We've seen a 5-ball miss from Anthony, some positional mistakes from Julio. So definitely not the highest gear from either player, but I think that drama makes it a little more exciting as a fan watching this. You know, I'm not just a commentator. I'm a big pool nerd too, so it adds a lot of excitement and fun when you can see, you know, these players be a little bit human for a second. Norlin, this is a promotional match. The the house Beyond Billiards has put up 1,000 for both of these players to help us promote our new streaming and commentary capabilities, and so they graciously agreed to do so. And this is the action we get. So far, it's very clear both players are trying just as hard as they would, you know. All right, so Julio's able to continue the success of making that 6-ball in the side with each of his breaks. Unfortunately, he gets not a clean look on the 1, so the 3 is blocking his path. He may opt to push out somewhere here. He's looking at maybe pushing out to a jump shot, perhaps. Looks like that may be what he's lining up. Or pushing out to a jump shot over the 3. So yeah, I don't think he's signaled to Anthony that he's pushing out, but I think, yeah, he just said it to Anthony. He's opting to probably leave just a tiny sliver of the 1 and try to play some kind of safe from here. Let's see what he's left Anthony. He's left Anthony about half of a ball here on the 1. Anthony decides to keep this and play it himself, going to look to play a return safe. Shakes his head, looks like he's going to leave a full ball here for Julio. Let's look at the angle really quick here. Yeah, so he chooses to call it in what looks like the side pocket. Yep, so he's signaling he's calling this over in the side. On just overcuts it, and looks like he was trying to get behind the 4 in the event that happens while leaving himself a shot on the 3. But instead, he leaves Anthony with a long, pocketable ball on the 1. But I don't think the 3 really goes in either of the top corner pockets. So I think he may have to try to draw this ball back for the 3 in the side if he chooses to take this on. Thank you, Hollywood. Yes, sir. See you tomorrow, buddy. Oh, man. Anthony missed that by half a diamond. Is he going to get fortunate with the 9-ball in the way? I think Julio can see this. I don't think there's any good shape on the 3 from this, but I do think he can see the full ball. And Julio is an aggressive player, so I think we'll see him take this on. Try to draw back maybe for the 3 in the side. What a clean hit. Great shot by Julio here. Excellent shot. Again, he keeps finding himself with these very, very straight in positions where he wants just a touch of angle to manipulate the cue ball. So now he's going to have to line up for the 4-5 combo, most likely, that he doesn't want to do. But he takes his medicine. Holds up well, leaves himself a good angle for the 4 ball. Good principles, checking the angle he wants on the 7 first before committing. And yeah, we should see him extend this lead to a 2-rack lead. Excellent shot here. He maybe needs to move the cue ball about 6 inches total between these next 2 shots. Let's see if he also is a last pocket 10 ball enjoyer and goes for the same pocket in both. Nope. He's going to opt for the 9 in the bottom left and the 10 in the bottom right. And I don't think the way he's playing right now, he's going to miss these. Nicely done. Straight in here, stop shot to extend the lead to 3-1. All right. So far, the early story of the match has been Julio has had successful breaks and has made almost all of his shots. I don't think he's I think he may have missed one, but largely is playing very well. And Anthony has had 2 long table shots that he missed and has given those racks right back to Julio. So let's see if Anthony can clean up some of those mistakes and get back in this match. If anyone in the chat knows what Julio's doing with the glove, I'm interested. It looks like he takes it off for the rack each time. I'm not sure. So Julio's breaking from outside of the rack, whereas Anthony's been breaking almost head on with the 1. And yeah, that's just such a good, clean break. Makes both balls behind the 1 immediately. Very clean shot on the 1 here. Position's a little bit touchy on the 2. He's going around the table to line it up now, pointing to exactly where he wants to be. Nicely done by Julio. Finds the tight window and leaves himself a great shot on the 2. Oh, wow. So we get the first unexpected mistake from Julio of the match. And it looks like he might leave a kick to Anthony. But what Anthony's looking at, he may want to try to cut this in, but bridged up over the 9 like this, craned over the table, might be really challenging. He may also opt to try to play safe here, especially coming off the miss from the 1. China saying, looks like a different glove on the break. Ah, okay. Using a different glove. Never seen someone do that before. Right, so yeah, Anthony opts to play a safety here. I think he gets a good full safe here. May have left a tiny edge on that too. Let's see if our other look will give us any other information here. No. Do have this nice ISO view as well. That full rotational camera can be used to show off really any angle of pretty much the whole room. And so this is turning into a very touchy shot, and it looks like Julio's now potentially looking to see with where his cue ball is going to carry him after maybe a 2-rail kick. Yeah, so we're going to see him try to play a 2-rail kick shot, carry him off the 3rd rail, and make the 8 in the side. Oh, and he very, very close to making that. And again, he's going to leave Anthony with one of these long shots. So early on in this match, Anthony hasn't had much success with these kinds of shots, but I think it's only a matter of time before hits one clean shot and it feels good, and then I think that will put him in stroke. And again, he misses, so he's still early struggles here for Anthony, not really finding it. So Julio's going to have a good shot here on the 2, probably needs the extension a little bit. Given where the 3 is, I think he's going to try to drag this cue ball into the 3 so he could push it out for a shot in the bottom right corner. This is a long reach, even with the extension. So he may need to opt for the bridge. Oh my God. Thank you guys. You're so right. He takes the he takes the glove off while he's playing. I'm sitting here watching and I'm not putting 2 and 2 together. Thanks. Appreciate you guys. All right, so Julio does make the 2, does get contact on the 3, but doesn't hit it as full as he would like. And now he's going to have another opportunity to try to make this hanger 8. So it likely will try to bank this 7 into the 8, control his cue ball once again to have position on the 3 afterwards. No, you all have eyes. Like Bobby, Chris, you guys, you have eyeballs, and I don't apparently. Yeah, so this funny position's giving Julio some pause here really quick. He might go back to his original idea of probably hitting the 3 2 rails, coming off the long rail, and that's probably why he's so worried about this, wondering where that 3 is going to wind up. And so he misses that very tough bank combo shot. Anthony back at the table, still looking to get that first good shot of the match. Assessing his options. Can he carry the 8 in, combo the 8 in, make the 3 safe? Let's check out the other view here. Yeah, so the 8 does go. The question's going to be, does he have enough on that 3 ball to be able to make this combo? So yeah, he is calling the 8 in the side, and it looks like he's going to go for the combo. Let's take a look at the overhead as well. Yeah, this gives us a nice look. The key is going to be controlling the speed of the cue ball afterwards, making sure you get a good shot on the 3. All right, so he does make that 8, and is he gonna get behind that 9. He might. Let's take a look at the overhead. I don't think he can see enough of the ball to try to be aggressive here. So Anthony, now, did Anthony call that 7 ball? He did not. Didn't see the potential possibility of that happening. And usually you'll see players do a just in case call. I don't know what Julio's looking at here. He's looking at angle on the 10. Not sure what he might be calling. I think he may be planning on 4 rail positional shape for the 3 and is worried that the 10 might get in his way on the 6 next. It's exactly what he was worried about, but it was the wrong worry. He catches the 9 coming off the first rail or the second rail, and now he's going to have a really, really thin shot here on the 6. This is in a really funny spot too, because I don't know that he can go for a bank here. I think he's in what's called the kiss region, where he'll double kiss this coming out. So he may opt to try to play some kind of safe here. Leave the 6 ball up by the short rail, bring the cue ball down maybe behind the 9 ball. So yeah, this can be a very pretty safe shot. He's lining up where he wants to touch off on the 3rd rail. Yep, pointing right behind that 9. Teresa Goff, thank you so much. We appreciate you and your support. We finally have this awesome capability, and we love sharing these high-level matches with all of our supporters and the pool community in general. It's a big passion of mine, and again, thanks to the team that helped put these capabilities in place for us at Breakout Billiards. All right, so Julio catches that 6 a little bit too thick, and he scratches, and Anthony does not like this. Let's take a look at how tight this is. Oh my God. So he's trying to play. Yeah, I think he may just be sizing this up a little bit. But yeah, okay. So he's opting for the more traditional combo shot here. This is a golden opportunity for him to try to just get on the board, try to get some momentum going, see if I get another chance at the break, see if he can find some consistency there. All right, and he gets it, and he leaves himself a shot here on the 6. A little more angle than he would like. So we'll probably see him try to hit this a little bit harder, probably come around 3 rails. Try to get shape, maybe the 10 in the same pocket. It's exactly what he tried, but he overhits it, but he gets perfect in the side. Great shot there by Meglino, finding some momentum here early. Gets the lead back down to 1. So now the score is Julio Burgos with 3 and Anthony with 2. And it will be Anthony breaking next. Quick rack and quick break here, so no intermission between these racks. He's ready to keep it going. So again, we still see him not hitting the ball cleanly. You can see the cue ball continue to spin well after the break. So Anthony continues to apply a little bit of cut unintentionally and Fortunately for him this time, he doesn't sell anything out to Julio, so Julio's going to have to work to find potentially either a good push out. He's lining up the 2 though, so he may be able to see this, or he may feel comfortable enough to jump over this 7 ball. It's only about a half ball that he has to jump over here. So he does go for the aggressive shot, misses it, and let's see if he leaves Anthony anything. I think Anthony can for sure see this. Yeah, he can. So he's going to have a very good 1-6 combo shot here. The key for him is going to be, where's the 1 ball going and can he control the cue ball? Very nicely done, nicely controlled here by Anthony. Gets the cue ball off the rail, enough to punch out for the 2 ball next in the same pocket. All right, opts to put some draw here, spin out 2 rails. I think he may have left himself a tiny bit of angle here. He may try to come back out table. Yep, we're probably going to see him follow 2 rails off of this. And if he can get shape here and then make the 3, I don't see any more problems for Anthony. He was a little more straighter than the camera gave off, so simply draws back. See him try to get this cue ball pretty much dead center of the table for the 4 ball in the top left next. All right, so he hits that a little bit thick, but with the new felt, the ball slides into the pocket. He has a very good angle here on the 4. Natural shape for the 5. Gideon Forest, yes, this is on YouTube as well. If you go to our Facebook page, we shared a link earlier. I'll try to get a link here in the comments for you momentarily. All right, let's go ahead and drop this link in here. All right, there's now a link in the chat here, posted by Beyond Billiards. So if you have any friends who would prefer to watch on YouTube, it is now pinned in the comments section. All right, so Anthony continues to execute this run out here. Good shape on the 9. Should see him follow this 2 rails with a high inside English. Opts to go just 1 rail and take a little bit of cut here. So we should see Anthony tie this match up. After some early struggles, looks like he's finally starting to find the gear that we all expect from him when he plays. And he does. So good shot there by Anthony. Tying it up 3-3 between these 2 amazing Beyond Billiards house pros. Teresa, yeah, this equipment does play very true. Last August, we just renovated the whole room with 20 9-foot diamond tables, Simonis 860 HR. 18 of the 9-footers are 4.5-inch pockets, and then we have 2 tight tables that are 4-inch pockets. We do have a lot of high-level talent that frequents the room, and we wanted to make sure that we had equipment that they'd be able to challenge themselves with. All right, so again, Anthony continues to look for his first success on this break, and he leaves Julio a shot on the 1 in the side. Very little work needed to get on the 2 here, so he can fully focus on getting this. The 3 ball's right there as well. I think the only real challenge is going to be the 3 to the 4. If he opts to try to get shape in the side pocket, it's a very tight window. If he opts to come out, which, yep, with this back cut angle, he's going to come out roughly center table for the 4 in the bottom left. Very heads up play by him to avoid the small position window for the side. And it's important for him. He wants to be to the left of the shot line here for the 5 to have the cleanest path to the 6. But if he gets straight, he can definitely draw back if needed. Yeah, he hits the ball with a stop shot to ensure that he has a good healthy angle to come down for that 6 next. We can see the healthy angle he's left. We'll see him probably draw this above the side pocket. Let's take a look at this the ISO angle here. He opts to stay above. Oh, and does he get at all hooked by the 10? I don't think so. I think it's very clean. So opted to, instead of drawing the ball and trying to add a little difficulty to making the 5, he chose to navigate some traffic and was very successful. And now he's got one last tough shot here left, and from there it's pretty much stop shot, stop shot, stop shot for the out. Christopher, this is a custom camera system at Beyond. Yes, utilizes, you know, off-the-shelf cameras. We didn't get any custom lenses designed or anything, but the integration job is highly customized, yes, by some local friends of ours at Breakout Billiards in the building all the time. This is one of their homes away from home, so we knew it would be a labor of love for them, and couldn't be happier with the setup and the equipment and the capabilities we have now. So Julio's been nonstop running and fires the 10 ball in, taking out some of that aggression, takes that lead back. He wants this win very bad. Love seeing this level of intensity from both of these players. All right, so checking the gaps, making sure all balls are touching. See him put on his break glove. Anthony's got his good game face on, not fazed by anything, just waiting for the next chance at the table. I don't believe Julio's had a dry break yet, so let's see if he can continue that success 4 times in a row. We should see the 7 ball track, or the 5 ball track, right to the side pocket, as well as the 6. Oh, and he hits it a little bit off, jumps the cue off the table, and he's going to give Anthony a chance to tie this right back up. No clusters here at all. Nothing, no huge work to do. I think the primary challenge is the 3 to the 4, but I think that's very manageable for Anthony. He's just going to take a moment here to outline his strategy on exactly how he wants to get from that 3 to the 4. Looks like he may even opt for the 4-5 combo. If he doesn't like 2-rail shape for the 4 in the top left, he may just choose to divide and conquer. The four definitely goes, but that 4-5's not as clean of a bank as or not as clean of a combo as I thought it might be. That's why we're seeing Anthony take a little bit extra time here to assess his strategy. Matty G, thank you, my buddy. I really appreciate that, man. This has been a long time coming, and this is honestly a lot of fun for me to do as well. So I'm excited on a lot of different fronts for a lot of different reasons to have this. All right, so with this kind of angle here, it almost looks like Anthony's choosing to stay short side on the 3. Is he going to try to come up between the 6 and 9? Given that the combo on the 4-5 isn't as straight in as it seemed. Yeah, so let's see what Anthony goes for here. This is interesting. The 10's in a very awkward spot where I don't know that he can hit this with a high left ball, but that is what he's lining up. Looks like it's in the natural shot line, but it may just be an optical illusion. Let's take a look at the overhead. It looks like if he wants to play for the 4 ball in the top right from this perspective. Let's see how he navigates around this 10. Wow, he comes above it between the 10-9. Fantastic shot, dead perfect. I'm sure a lot of you on the stream saw that. Were yelling at me over here in the booth, but fantastic shot by Anthony, and now I don't see any issues left for him to navigate. Yes, these are 4-inch pockets, freshly refelted about a week and a half ago, so the table's still playing a little bit new, a little bit faster than both of these guys are used to. So as the match goes on, we should see them dial in the speed of the table a little bit more. Also on fresh felts, the cue ball will have slightly modified physics. You'll see it arc off of the rails a little bit more, which for guys of these caliber that are so precise with every movement, even that little change can have an impact on their games until they dial it in. So Anthony has to stretch and quickly goes for a quick shot instead of dealing with any sort of bridge or extension, choosing to take a long shot on the 8. We've seen him struggle with a couple of these types of shots in this game so far. Let's see if the last few racks of running some patterns have helped him get into gear and if he can make this and get shape on the 9. All right. Great shot by Anthony. Looks like he's gotten into stroke a little bit here. We're going to see Julio is same as Anthony. He's just waiting for a chance to get back to the table here and hoping that Anthony only found the long pocket and we'll still have a little challenge here on the break. So it looks like Anthony's going to tie this back up 4-4, and let's see if he can dial in that break here and continue to punish that ball in hand from Julio. All right, so even match here, and so far I think the tale of the tape has been that Julio has broken slightly better than Anthony, and also executed early on, but Anthony's finding the stroke, and all it takes at this level is really one mistake to allow a guy like Anthony back into the game. So we're going to try to get a close-up here and see where he's contacting this 1 on this break. So we see him still continue to break from the middle. So let's take a look at this close-up here. All right, so he finally makes a ball that time. So without changing position of where he's breaking from, he's able to clean it up, and he has a good shot on the 1 here. We're able to get out to middle of the table, clear the 9 ball for the 2. See him probably come to the center of the table again for the 4 in the top left. And from there, I don't see many problems. So Anthony is looking for his first lead of the night so far. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, is he going to get up over the 5? Maybe just a touch. Just a touch. Nope, he's got most of the ball available to him, so we should see a relatively standard cueing from him. Nothing special here. I think he can access all of the center of the ball. Oh, so Anthony was trying to get shape for the 5 in the side. Comes in, bumps the 5, but thankfully he can still see it past the 8, so no issue here for Anthony. We should see him still continue to run this out. Probably follow 1 rail for the 7 into the bottom corner. No, he decides to juice it up and go for the side. I figured that was his initial plan, but I thought he might have gotten a little thin and decided to take his medicine, but he's going to choose to take his medicine elsewhere. Good shot here by Anthony. Let's see what side of the shot line he's wound up on. All right, he is on the correct side, so he should be able to draw this back down for the 9 in the top right pocket by him. Good shot. Let's see, does he get just enough angle that he can work this cue ball, get a little bit closer to the 10 ball? All right. These are the shots that are really tough on these tables. He's got a almost 9-foot straight in shot for the first lead of the night. Last long pot he had, he did make, so let's see if he can do it again. All right, and he does. So about halfway through the match, we see Anthony creeping back into this, now up 5-4. Michael, I fully agree. That ball is rattleable. Usually, if I were trying that, I would hit it like a donkey and try to stop shot it and blow away in somewhere else. But Anthony smooth strokes it, rolling ball, and gets first lead of the night. All right, so Anthony found his first success on the last break, had a break and run there. And unfortunately, that was short-lived. So we see him break try again, does not get a clean hit there. Maybe we'll do the close-up view again. That seems to be some good juju for him. So fortunately, he has not left any good shot here on the 1. So Julio is likely going to have to look for a push again. I think right now the biggest challenge for Julio is between the 2 AirPods, trying to cool down and get back focused. Don't focus too much on that ball in hand on the break that's cost him 2 racks now. So he chooses to push. Leaves a small edge of the 1 ball here for Anthony. Anthony's likely going to try to bring the cue ball back up 2 or 3 rails behind this cluster here. Wow, he tried to just make that ball? I don't think he was going for that. I think he was going for a safe, but just hit that a little bit too thin. So he's now returned the favorite back to Julio. And again, he's got a tight positional window here on one key ball, but I think if he can hit that, it's really the primary issue he has here. Anthony seems to have a very straight face about it. No big deal. Julio makes the 1, gets short side on the 2, and he's going to want to be straight in on this 3 ball to draw right back down the rail. So he gets off a little bit. I don't know that he wanted any angle here. Let's take a look at this positional window that he has on this 4 ball here. Because of the proximity to the 8, though, that window becomes a lot smaller, you know. If he comes up short, he's going to have to play with a follow ball, carom off the 8, really control the cue ball to get position on the 5. But if he can get really close to that 7, he'll be able to avoid the 8 entirely. Oh, and unfortunately, he might be behind the 5, actually. Let's take a look at the overhead here. Yeah, I think he might have hooked himself just a little bit. Yeah, he wanted to be much straighter on that 3 ball than this. Let's take a look at his reaction. Yep, now he's trying to decide what his options are here. So he chooses to get out. Did he get out the break cue? Looks like he might try to just jump this in. All right, so here we see Julio going for a lefty jump shot. This is very challenging. Yeah, offhand jump shot is very challenging. What a shot by Julio, and he's still not happy with the result because caroming straight into that 8 ball like that, he's going to have to basically keep that same cue out or go for a kick shot here on the 5. Let's take a look at the overhead here and see, does it clear by the 9? It does look like a kick into the side is possible if he wants. That's what he's lining up now. But even if he's successful here, he'll have to control the cue ball because it will likely be tracking towards behind the 9. So he's going to have to not only make a tough shot, but also play the right speed to ensure he has a shot on the 6 afterwards. He's opting completely to go away from that and kick in the opposite side. He did not like that one bit. This is the much higher percentage shot, and he's gonna leave a very, very long shot here for Julio. Let's take a look. For Meglino, sorry, I misspoke there. Let's look at this angle. I think he can avoid a scratch here if you just naturally roll it, and then he'll have to take some medicine on the 6 ball here. Let's take a look at this other angle here and see what he sees. These kind of shots are very touchy. If you try to hit it too hard, you're liable Yeah, so he did not like it, so he opts to play for a safety shot, and he gets perfect coverage with that 10-7 here. And where those are, I don't think this is jumpable for Julio. I think we're likely going to see him play another kick shot here. Enrique, my brother, thank you, man. Can't wait to see you once you're back in town, brother. All right, so he's looking at a full table kick shot, calling the 5 in the bottom left. I don't know if this is a just in case call. I think he may be going for it. I'm curious what the position on the 6 would be if he makes this. But for such a tough shot like that, wow. Good touch and grateful to not really sell anything out there. So good shot by Julio to avoid giving ball in hand or an easy shot here to Anthony. Anthony, though, is also a very high-level one-pocket player, so we're going to see him put this cue ball right behind the 8. Very common shot that it comes up all the time in one pocket, and yeah, he freezes him. So he's going to leave another tough kick here for Julio. And we can see he wanted to completely freeze him on the 8, but leaves just a tiny gap here. And again, at this level, these guys can make that shot and then be upset that they didn't freeze it and that they left a kick. So let's see what Julio's lining up here. Good hit, and he gets the 10 ball in the game. Does the 10 get in the game? No, I don't think so. I think there's an opportunity here. He can either see the full ball outright, or if not, he can go rail first to be able to make this in and manufacture an angle up to the 6. So it looks like he may be doing a full table jump shot because it's only about an 1/8 of a ball. Oh, and he misses it, and he hooks Julio. You can see Julio's hand go up and the sarcastic finger clap. Oh, he's got him hooked right on the point. So Julio, again, is going to have to be kicking at this ball. Yeah, so we're seeing the momentum change here. And it's like the pool gods have decided that the roles are going to Anthony now, so he's definitely happy about that. And Julio has to find a way to stay mentally disciplined and locked in and just continue to fade these 50-50 balls and try to do as much as he can. I believe he did call the 5 if it missed. All right, so good clean hit here, and wow, he's going to get a return safe, I believe. Unless there's a tiny gap between that. Yeah, and that's what Anthony's looking at now. I think he's completely, I think he's hooked by, snookered by the 9. And the 5-8 is not a readily available combo. So Anthony's going to have to find something else. Oh, so he's looking at the 5 and the side. All right, so we're seeing both players start to tighten up a little bit here, and we're seeing a good little battle here. Some intended, some not, but it's great to have some of these safety battles, especially between these two high caliber players like this. You know, they're very good and precise at these kinds of shots. And look at Anthony. I mean, what a great attempt at that shot. But he's going to sell out something to Julio for the first time in a couple innings here. Looks like, based on Julio's reaction, I think he can see that 5. And I think he can draw it out to get the 6 in the same pocket. Oh, I guess he's just barely snookered by that 10. So again, gonna have to go to the jump shot. Ted Lynch, he can jump. I didn't think he had to jump there. What a great shot by Julio. That's going to get him right back, and that's going to get him pumped up, ready to frickin' try to tie this right back up after. That's how you fade the 50-50 rolls right there, ladies and gentlemen. You have to come with a real good shot and then just ride that momentum, get the run out. You can get right back into a match really, really quick. So he's now looking really, really good to tie this match back up and get us back even halfway through the set. Wow. What a great shot. Be a little bit straight here, but I don't think he cares. Yeah, he can probably just draw just a little bit. No, follow. There we go. All right. Perfect position on the 9. Follow forward for the 10. No work left here. We're going to see a tie match. He's able to ride that momentum from that jump shot into tying this match up at 5-5 apiece. What a shot by Julio. So far, I have to say that's probably the shot of the match so far. To jump and draw and get shape, it's really, really tough. Joel, I completely agree. That is not a good roll. I'm saying that's how you fade a bad roll. The past couple innings, Anthony's, like where he got him hooked behind the point inside, and Julio had to do a full length table bank shot. Those things happen throughout a match to all of us all the time, and usually, at least in my experience, if you're not able to come with a really challenging shot to overcome that, it just kind of continues to creep up on you. And so by executing at such a high level, on a very difficult shot like that, he's able to get himself right back in the game. Yeah, yeah. That was absolutely not a good roll. That was all skill and technique right there from Julio. And so we see Julio breaking from his normal spot. Last time he jumped it off the table. Let's see if we see him take a little bit off that time, probably because he was worried about it. And he has his most successful break so far from a ball count perspective, but we can see him shaking his head. He almost got a kiss in to the corner. I think this ball might go by the 3 if he chooses to take this on. I believe. If not, he's got the side pocket here. Let's see what Julio opts for. So he did go for it, but he overcuts it. Oh, and let's see, does this ball trail out? Does it come up past the... It does, very cleanly. All right, so despite making 3 balls in the break, really tough opening shot into the side, and he's going to give Anthony a good look here. Try to take that lead back. Taking his time. Doesn't want to rush this and give up the opportunity to punish. All right, so instead of going center table, he decides to opt to get the 3 ball in the side. And now I think he's on the wrong side of the shot line, so we're going to need to see him either just draw back slightly and take a long shot on the 6, or really power up and come 2 rails around. 3 rails around. Yeah, so he decides to try to get extra perfect and just clears the 8 ball. Just barely clears it. So with how aggressive he's shooting, he's definitely found his stroke and is feeling really good right now. I think usually you might see people, if they're a little timid, they might just draw that back, take a much longer shot. But he chose not to. All right, so Anthony, really no problems left in this rack. Should see him try to get shape here for the 8 in the side. Excellent, stays on the correct side of the shot line. He can come up really nice for the 9 in the up and the opposite side. And depending on where he gets, he can get on the 10 from anywhere. He may even go 3 rails here if he doesn't like this. Kind of looks like he is. He doesn't like holding it for the top side. He wants to get to the bottom left. So opting for much more cue ball movement, but I think he just likes to give himself that extra room, and didn't matter anyways. Cue ball travels about 12 feet and he gets dead perfect. Continuing with his tradition of last pocket 10 ball. Going to see him put away this 6 and take that lead right back. Man, this has been a really good game, really back and forth game so far. I mean, after really just since the first couple racks, we've seen some pretty high level pull from both of these guys. Hard to call the 1 ball in the side a mistake from Julio. You know, it's a really challenging shot. He was the favorite to make it, but certainly wasn't guaranteed. And Anthony was able to take advantage. Oh, all right. So we see Anthony is now moving to where Julio breaks from. After seeing the success of Julio's break, he's finally changed from hitting in the center to hitting off to the right. And he gets that second ball to go right into the side. All right, so we may see him shift to that strategy for the remainder of the set. Checking his positional windows on the 5 ball. That's the key issue he has. So he's opting to cut this 1 ball instead of bank this 1 ball. Let's take a look at the angle he's got. That's pretty steep here. Looks very natural for the bank, but he's opting for the cut. And so he's not able to execute on that. And where is the cue ball going to wind up? So it's going to wind up almost straight in for Julio, but he's got a couple things working against him. The cue ball is almost on the rail, and he's on the side of the shot line that's going to carry him down to that short rail, with the 3 ball being in the way pretty much the whole time. So he's gonna have to follow this ball to come up off that short rail, bounce out to get in that positional window between the 3 and 9. And he hits it a little bit soft, but I think he might be okay here. Let's take a look at the ISO view and see if this helps. Now let's take a look at the overhead. Yep, he can definitely see that 2 ball here. Now again, it all comes down to that positional window on the 5. So because he's so far away, and these pockets are really, really tiny, so it's hard to cheat one way or the other. So he's really straight here. He may have to try to power draw this out or take a long back cut on the 3. Let's see what he goes for. All right, so he chooses to go for the shot on the short side. I think he's going to go to the side, though, because it affords him natural shape for the 5. So good shot here by Julio. Nicely played. I'm curious what he's going to do here, if he attacks the 7 or if he just clears it completely. I think he doesn't even bother messing with it. Yeah, he wants the 7 in the side eventually, so pretty much wants the cue ball exactly where it is now. And he gets exactly there. Checking again to see if the 7 goes by the 8, but I think he's going to still continue with his initial plan for the 7 in the side. Nicely executed here by Julio. Maybe a little bit more angle than he'd like, so he's got to have a little bit of touch here. Just a tiny bit of touch to make sure he doesn't accidentally overhit this and maybe get behind the 10. Oh, and he was worried about exactly that, and he catches the point of the pocket. Oh, brutal. So he's going to give Anthony a very easy run out here. Looking like Anthony might get a 2-rack lead for the first time in this match. Wow, what a change in momentum very quickly too after coming back. All right, so Anthony looking like the absolute favorite to run this out. Whatever he wants, probably roll up for the 8 in the left side or for the 10 in the left side. Nope, chooses to just come out center table. No more last pocket this time for Mr. Meglino. He's going to make this 10 ball and take the first 2-rack lead of the night for him. Wow, so very unexpected miss there from Julio, but just got a little bit extra angle and needed to play a touch shot there instead of a more natural, medium speed shot. And yeah, we saw what the outcome was. Brandon agreed. Yeah, that was the key ball in that whole run out there, was just getting a good position on that 7 to avoid any sort of touchiness. And unfortunately just a little bit under hit. So Anthony again doesn't find traditional success of making one of the second row balls, but does get the 1 down in the corner. He's taking a look at where that 2 ball goes, if it has any future. I don't know if he's going to go for it or try to play a safe. I would assume a safe shot here. Yeah, opts to just leave some distance, but instead might have given Julio a little gap here. I don't know if he can make this. Let's see if we can see the player reaction. Yeah, so I think he can. Yeah, all right. So he's got just a tiny amount of the 9 blocking him to where he can't make it clean. Can't throw it in with inside, so he's getting the break cue out once again, or the jump cue out once again. Looking to get shape for the 3 in the side if possible. It's a good shot here by Julio to make it, but overruns position a little bit. I think he might have been trying to attack that 10 ball to hold for the 3 in the side. But instead, he's probably going to have to play some sort of safe here. I think he should be able to get him right up behind that 9 ball, though, and get a high percentage chance of a good safe. Yeah, so I think it's too close here to do any sort of jump shot for Anthony. He's lining it up now to look. No, he likes it. So he's going for the jump cue now. See him getting out the equipment for the first time this match. Getting out the break cue. Anthony plays with Q-Tech equipment, so getting out the Q-Tech Propel. Oh, I didn't even realize it's 12 racks and he hasn't had to jump once yet. First time. Chris, this is a promotional match between 2 of the Beyond Billiards house pros. So there's a 1,000 in the middle as a promotional funds put up by the house to have these 2 guys put on a show for us. So right now, nothing between the 2 players. They may have a side bet that I don't know about, but this is all promotional. But both of these guys have played a lot of times in the past. They're both house pros at Beyond, so there is a little bit of a rivalry between these guys of who's the better player. And see Julio with a little smirk here. So Anthony's got Another safety here behind the 10. And Julio is likely going to either have to get a jump cue out again or do a kick, and he's opting for the kick this time. Can't tell if he called anything or not. He might have called a 3 somewhere. Let's see. Oh, and he's going to give Anthony a clean look at this 3. Nothing's really challenging. Let's just take a quick look after he makes this 3. Let's take a quick look at the 5. I'm like 99% sure that goes by the 10. But just in case. Anthony gets a good shot here. Let's take a look at the overhead. Yeah, goes by very clean, but Anthony's a little bit off center. He wanted to be either straight in or he wanted to be on the other side of the shot line. So let's see how he gets on this 5 from here. Opts to draw it out and play for the 5 in the side instead. Or for the corner, whatever he chooses. I think the corner is a little easier here. Gives him a larger pocket and more natural shape for the 6. Yeah, that's what he's going for. All right, very clean. Hits it a little bit thick, but the balls are sliding in right now. I think here we see him looking for the side. I mentioned it before. Higher caliber players typically really like utilizing the side pockets. Let's see how well he executes this. I would tend to just go back and forth here and take the 7 in the top right, but it looks like he's lining up. Okay, so yeah, that is what he went for. Yeah, that's the more natural shot here, but overruns it, and now he's either going to have a severe back cut, bridged up over the 9, or he can try to make it in the top left. I think he goes with the back cut. It's a little bit cleaner. Yeah, should be able to hit this with like some. What do you think? Do you think he hits this bottom left, or do you think he goes 3 rails with some inside? Yeah, that's what I like. Opts to just hold the ball, leave a little bit more length of a shot, but he's got a great shot on the shot line here. He's got a good angle, can come out whatever his preference is, probably based on how he's been playing. Center table for the 9 in the same pocket, but he could do the 9 in the side. Yep, center table for the 9 in the same pocket. Nicely done by Anthony. Little bit thicker than he'd like to be on this 9, but should be very manageable for him. Haven't seen him really miss any tough shots since the beginning of the match. Yep. Dean, Dad, agreed. Bottom. Oh, you'd have played bottom right, so that would have went 3 rails for the show. All right, so Anthony gets a good shape here on the 10. Looking like he will be up 8-5 after this 10 ball. And he is. And just for good measure, puts the cue ball smack in the center of the table just to be safe. All right, so we're really seeing Anthony open up after a slow start, and he's been driving a lot of the momentum into his direction now, and let's see if he continues in the same breaking spot that Julio had off to the right side of the rack. Get a good look of the balls breaking up here. Boom. Unfortunately, he gets a dry break again. But I believe, again, he doesn't leave anything for Julio. So Julio's going to have another push-out situation. I don't see anywhere where he has an opportunity to kick to avoid a push. Maybe off the top short rail, but I think we're going to see another push here into either a difficult potting or difficult pocket or a difficult safe. You know what's interesting? I wonder how much of a different, like, I never really gave too much thought to how different a wood rack versus a magic rack really can be. But, um, seeing, in this match over 13 breaks, I think we've seen success on maybe 40%, 50% of the breaks. And the balls aren't spreading, in any sort of traditional sense. They're all over. So using a wood rack, we see that just that small level of randomness that it adds to these breaks and adds for a little bit more excitement and creativity, for the players. They have to, you see Julio really thinking a lot here about where he wants to push out. All right, so it looks like he's going to say a push, kick one rail, try to hide behind the 10. Nice speed here. Don't think he's given Anthony any amount of space. Let's take a look. Yep, it looks like cannot see any of the one ball. Has probably 2/3 of a ball he'd have to jump over if he chooses, or he'd have to really spin this ball off the rail. If he doesn't like it, he may opt to go ahead and give this back. Let's see. Yep, he doesn't like it. Decides to give it back to Julio. So Julio had something in mind when he decided to play this push. Let's see what it is. Looks like jump shot, perhaps. Let's take a look at the overhead and see how close this one is to the side. Don't think there's much risk of a scratch here, but maybe. Maybe there is. Oh, what a... So he did wind up scratching, but in the opposite side pocket. Wow, so just not able to really catch a break right now. Gives ball in hands to Anthony, so good decision to give that back. Anthony's now going to look to make the 2 in that same pocket that Julio just scratched in and get shape on the 3 next after the 1. Good positional shot here by Anthony. I think he's almost perfectly straight in to just roll forward for that 3. Just to leave himself good angle to get back out center of the table for the 4 next. Good angle here. What's the right play here? Float out off 1 rail, or do you come back and forth 2 rails? 1 rail. Yeah, 1 vote for 1 rail. One vote wins. Good shot on the 3. Good position here on the 4. He wants to be below the shot line for this 5 naturally, but the extra draw adds just a little more challenge to the 4, so he might opt to just stay above the shot line, come 2 rails around the 10 ball afterwards. Let's see. Does put in the extra work to get below the shot line. You see a very good angle there by Anthony. Raymond, we can work on that. We'll have a storefront of merch available here soon. I'll put in a special order just for you. So Anthony gets straight in pretty much on this 6-ball. Not what he wanted, actually. I think we may see him follow this up a lot more than you'd expect because he does not want to have a lot of angle. He might have just enough where he can follow this forward a couple rails. He wants to be straight in that side pocket. Yeah, he puts in the extra work, gets straight in, doesn't have to play any sort of touchy shot from the 7 onto the 8 in a side pocket. Take note of the force follow, Ray. From here, I don't see any challenge for Anthony. We're going to see him just follow this forward for either draw this out, follow it forward, complete player preference here, and he's going to extend this lead to 4 racks and starting to run away with this one. Straight in, and he's now up 9-5 over Julio Burgos. So he's really found a good rhythm here at the back half of the set. I'll remember that, Ray. 20%. I think it might be more like 30. Oh, snap. We got Eric in here. What's up, Eric? Miss you, buddy. Hope everything's great over on that side of the world, or that side of the state. So nothing here. All right, so Julio's going to have a good look here at the 1. If he can get straight in on this 2, the 3 goes very clean in the side. And I think he has a good chance to get out. So let's just take a quick overhead look as he makes this 1 and see if he can hit that positional window and get straight on the 1 or straight on the 2. It's not quite straight, but he can see it. Should see him. All right, so now, yeah, he overran the position just a tad. So now he's got to maneuver with the 7 in the way. That's a little bit of challenge to his life. Let's see how he chooses to attack this. All right, so he's opting to take some angle on the shot here. Maybe he can do a jump or a bank shot. Yeah, bank shot here and just tangent line that cue ball down short side of the 4 ball. Make it past the 8, but I don't know if it goes by the 8. Let's take a look at this other look here. He's called the bank. Okay. He fires it in. All right, so indeed he's going for this, but if he doesn't like this, relatively straightforward safe here to just draw it back behind the 10 and freeze him. Put the cube or put the 4 ball down on the short rail. He's called it. This might be a just in case call. I don't think it goes. Maybe he called the. Wow, that ball does go clean. That's amazing, and it drizzles in. And the shape. Wow. That didn't look like that went at all. Great shot by Julio here. He wants to get back in this match. He doesn't want to go out with 5 on the board. Nicely done here. He doesn't care what angle he has now. He'll figure it out. And I think we'll see him take a little bit more care as he comes up a little bit short. but I think he can get down for the 8 either at the side or short side on the 8. I think we'll see him take just a little bit more care, though, on these next few shots, because he wants to take advantage of this as much as he can. So he comes up a little short. Now he has to bank this ball. Nicely done by Julio. What side of the shot line is he on? Just enough he can hit this with a little bit of inside follow. Come out for the 9 in the bottom corner. Nicely done. Probably coming center table. About 20% under hit, but he still a heavy favorite to make this. And start clawing back into this lead. Let's see. Nice. Nice. All right, so Julio, you can see the pep in his step. It's back. All right, so Julio cuts that lead back down to 3, and so far he's had, other than the one unfortunate jump off the table, we've seen him have plenty of success in this match so far on the break. So let's see if he can continue that. All right, so right back to all right, so again, he gets that ball right in the side. He's made multiple balls in this break. Clean look at the 1. Don't know that he has any aggressive options here, but I think there might be a fancy little 2-way. Let's look at the overhead here. I think he may be able to try to bank this in the side as he's calling. Try to hide it behind the 9 just in case it doesn't go. Leaving himself a shot on the 2 if he does make it. So let's see if he does any of that or if he just goes full aggressive. Yep, so he did try to use the 9 as a blocker. And I think, let's take a look at this standard view. Yep, so he's got him hooked a little bit, but it's only about a quarter ball, so Anthony can jump this if he wants. All right, and he's going right for the short stick. He's called the ball in the corner. Wherever the cue ball goes, it goes. He's just focused on making this ball. All right, so he doesn't make it, but he gets a complete snooker once again. So that may have been a just-in-case call on the 1. May not have even really been trying for it. But now unless he wants to try a double jump, probably going to have to kick at this ball. Let's take a look at the overhead. Is there enough space for a kick and stick? Definitely not. We're probably going to see Julio just go for a 1 rail. Probably will call the 1 in the top right corner, just in case. Ray, you left some of your magic here. If you need to come back down to pick it up, let me know. I'll leave it with the staff. All right, so I think he called it. I think we saw him call it. Oh, just barely overcuts it. And where's this ball going to wind up? Is he going to get any sort of help from the 3? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Anthony might be able to see this 1 and float up between the 3 and the 9 for shape on the 2 next. His body language says otherwise, though. He might not have it. Oh, so he is calling it. Maybe it's too thin. He might not be able to hold for that window. He may have to come back and forth. Oh, he's playing inside to come around the 10, avoid all that nonsense. And yeah, that extra little bit of challenge on the ball makes him miss it. And he's going to, let's take a look at the overhead. He's going to leave a clean shot for Julio. All right. So let's see if Julio can get this one as well and cut that lead back to 2. Get right back in this game if he's running out from here and breaking again, because he's had so much success on that break so far. Let's see where he gets on the shot line. I think the only real challenge he might have is just if he comes a little too soft and has to go up table like this, but I think he's just at the edge where he can draw out, avoid messing with the 5 or anything else. A lot of player options here, though. Forward 3, forward 2 rails with inside, stun between the 5-8, draw back for a longer shot. So he opted to try to go for the gap between the 5-8, but catches the 5. Let's see what the natural angle for the bank looks like. I think it's there, and I think it clears the 9, and I think it naturally brings him up for the 5. So I think we'll let's go ahead and take a look at the ISO view here. After he chooses to line it up. Yep, seeing what it takes to clear that 10, or if he can go between. Yeah, so really wants to dial in exactly where that cue ball is going after this bank shot. Oh, so he's unable to make it. Did get the shape he wanted on the 5, but thankfully I don't think he sold out anything at all easy for Anthony here. I think Anthony might be almost completely straight, if not has a very tiny angle to try to play some sort of force follow. But this may be so challenging that he may just choose to play a safe, send the 4 up table, hit it at an angle to maybe leave the cue ball behind the 9. He's choosing to jack this up. Interesting. Brandon, I think we've seen 1 or 2 break and runs, but you're right. It hasn't really been a big break and run game. Looks like Anthony is trying to be very aggressive here. Wow, what a try, but unfortunately he misses it. Got good shape on the 5, and he's left a pretty challenging shot here for Julio. Julio's checking to see if there's any gap there. So we should see him try to play. I like doing the overheads for these shots. We should see him try to do 3 rail, maybe 4 rail shape coming underneath this 9 ball, and well done, well executed there by Julio, just off the rail to avoid being frozen. He's got a great angle here. Float up for the 8 in the same pocket. Very nicely done. Nicely done here by Julio. I think we're going to see him play 1, maybe 2 rails for the 9 down table. Opts for the 2 rails. And he's looking like he is out here, and he's looking for blood and wants to get right back in this match. All right, clawing back into this lead. Barring an aneurysm, we should see him get it back down to 2 games and get to rack number 7 for Julio. All right, so this is becoming a game again. So it's now down to 2 racks after being 9-5. We got it to 9-7, and Julio is breaking, and I think he's only had one. No, he's had 0 dry breaks the entire set, and only 1 ball in hand. So, all right, I'm so excited. This is becoming a close match. This is great. I love seeing the drama. I love seeing everything. Ethan agreed. I'm here for a good match. You know, I want to sweat this to the very end. Both of these guys are house pros and sponsored players here at Beyond Billiards, so I'm completely unbiased. I'm rooting for both of these guys. I'm rooting for the sport of pool today. I just want to see some good drama and excitement, and for all the fans and all the pool nerds out there. Julio getting out the break glove. Yeah, I love it. And you know, as much as I would love to see break and runs, it's more exciting when there are, you know, a couple uncharacteristic misses or some weird rolls or, you know, dry breaks that you got to see someone push, you know. We don't really get to see you know, the creativity that is born out of those situations too much. So it's kind of nice when it does happen. So again, Julio makes a ball, but we can see the frustration from him slamming his cue just a little bit because, again, he can't really get a clean look on that one, and it's so buried in that pocket that he knows there's no push out here. So, and with how far away that 3 is, he can't really jump it either. Very common to jump the ball right off the table if you do that. The 10 is blocking his kick angle. The 9's blocking his kick angle. The 7's blocking his kick angle. So yeah, even though he doesn't like it at all, it looks like he might have to opt for a push and do something. Push behind the 5 maybe and line up for a kick. If that 3 ball was half ball rolled towards the center of the table, he'd probably have enough clearance to do a masse shot or a rail first shot, but it's looking like, yeah, it's just not. So let's see what he opts to go with here. Is he looking at a potential 2-ball jump by pushing behind the 8? I don't know, any high-level players in the chat, let me know. What's he thinking about right now?
Z-shot.
Z-shot is apparently an option here. Little Efren magic. Okay, so he is calling a push. Yeah, let's take a look at an overhead and see what a Z-shot might look like from here. It is there. It is there. Let's see. Let's take a look at the players. Let's see what Anthony's looking at. See if he gives this back or not. Oh, so this, I mean, this looks, let's take a look again. This looks like it would be a double bounce. Or maybe just jump over the 8 and rail first. Man, it's really hard to tell. Wow, what a great shot there by Anthony. And does he get any sort of payoff? Is he up over this 10? Oh, he is, but I think he's game to make this. Now we're going to see him take a look at that 4-5 combo. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for him to make sure he controls every aspect of that shot. Brian, the double jump or the Z. Yeah, it looks like a jump masse to go rail first off the short rail. So good call by Brandon. So he makes that. Oh, he's going to go for the carom. That's way better. Let's take a look at this angle to see where his 4-ball winds up after the carom. All right, nice. Leaves himself a touch of angle, and with the 6-ball right over the side like this, I don't think he's really going to have any issue. I think he's just going to get down and just follow this forward a little bit, seeing how close he can get to that 7 before he gets hidden behind it. Choose to force follow. All right, and he pops out a little bit more than he wanted. So now he's going to be a little bit worried about this scratch, I think, but it shouldn't be an issue. Ooh. Plays it with a touch of outside to ensure the 8 does not get in the game. Well played here by Anthony. Wrong button, everyone. Sorry. That's one of the other many cameras that have been set up on the other tables. Quick overhead look at how little of, yeah, so he's got just a touch of angle here, but he should be able to just come up, make the 9 in the corner. Chooses to come all the way around 3 rails. Wow. Perfectly done. Back to his last pocket roots, and he's gonna stem the momentum of Julio, and looks like he's gonna get onto the hill first. Julio's now up 10-7 over Julio, and will be breaking, throwing the marble back to the end. Yeah, I agree. Jump Masse is wild. Oh, look, we have the previous owner, Tom Ruisi, in the building. Special guest in the house. Coming through to say hello. Wow. That's great to see. I'm going to have to go say hi to him later. All right, so back to the action. Staying with that modified break location. We're looking at the 6 in the side and the 5 in the opposite side. Those are the balls that he expects to make each time. Oh, and he doesn't get either one of those, and he breaks dry. Perfect shot on the 1 for Julio. The 2's right over the pocket. Let's take a quick overhead look here. See if the 4 goes. 4 does go in the corner. I think really it's just a little bit of a touchy position on this 2. Does he clear it? He does just barely. Okay, so from here it looks like he has achieved everything he needs. The one thing he needs to do is make sure he gets above the shot line on the 3 so he can come back down. If he gets straight in or above the shot line, he's really not going to have a good time. Well done here by Julio. I think he gets on the right side of the shot. Now he just wants to take a look at his line on the 4. Yep, so he's got just enough that he can cheat that pocket, draw up past the 5. Spin it out there. Nicely done. All right, so I don't see any other issues here for Julio. Nicely done here. Let's take a look at the ISO, see how straight in he is. Yep, looks like he's perfect spot to get shape on the 6. No funny business. Back cut on the 7. Yeah, he's trying to just play fast and loose and find a rhythm right now, and so far he's executing very, very well. I think it's perfect again. Brandon agreed. I think he's out here. All right, well, he may have to come up and around this 10. Let's take a quick look at the overhead. Yep, up and around. Nicely done. He's not done yet, folks. He's going to take this right back to a 2-rack game. He doesn't give up that easy. All right, let's see if Julio can run 2 here, make it hill for an exciting finish. We got Tom Ruisi in the booth with us now, everybody. Exciting match so far.
Oh, he just ran out, right? After Anthony broke dry?
Yep. And so he's not done yet.
Race to 11, anybody can win.
Yes, I mean, especially with these two guys. You know,
Yeah,
like
of course.
this to them is a short race.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, if like normally, like if you go like 50, the better player is going to always win.
Right. Agreed. Yeah. And a lot of times the home room can come into play. Like when we saw him do the race to 100, he won in K&K when that was, you know, his home room. And Anthony beat him here at Beyond.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
So we see.
Are you live right now?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Okay.
So we see Julio continues to make that ball in the side every time, but he's always finding just a little bit of challenge on getting a clean 1 ball. It's frozen. I think the 7's just barely enough in his way. Based off his body language, it looks like might have some work to do here. And other than that, the rest of the table is open too. Yeah, you can see he's frustrated.
I mean, he has an aggressive shot if he wants to take a chance. There's really no safety there. If he taps it, he's going to leave Anthony's shape on it where he could just play easy safe. My shot here would be come off the rail, hit the 1, try to bank it this way, and have the cue ball come up. See, rail first, hit the 1 goes this way. 1 pocket shot.
But yeah, it's a 1 pocket shot.
You have to come from the back rail on this one.
Yeah.
It's 2, you'll double kiss if you go straight to 1.
Yeah. Julio's not really played a lot of 1 pocket so far, so he may not know that shot yet. Yeah. He may be looking at hitting the 1 ball first rather than the rail first.
I mean, if he could hit it flush and freeze him there and bring the 1 around, but I don't think he could do that. He would have just done it already.
Yeah. He's shaking his head. It looks like he sees some sort of strategy that he wants to do.
Yeah, he's in a bad way. I think my shot's the best shot, unless he wants to just really just tip it and tap it, but then Anthony gets behind it and he just plays safe.
Yep.
He's got to be aggressive here. I think the best shot is what I said. Hit the back rail first, go into the 1, have it, hopefully it'll go this way, and then cue ball come down here off the 7.
And then use either the 5 or the 8 or both as a blocker ball.
That way. You can't, unless, I mean, again, I don't see the perfect angle.
Let's take a look at the overhead.
Yeah,
you can see it's really frozen too. There's not a lot of gap there on the rail.
See. If he can hit that ball full, the problem is he can't get it out of there. He might be thinking of trying to double kiss this ball in. But I don't know if he can do it, but in these pockets.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's see.
Really tight.
He's the 700+ Fargo player.
Exactly, yeah.
Gonna learn something.
Yep, so let's see what he's lining up here.
Looks like he's trying to kick bank it. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, he can't.
Oh, so he is going for a... Oh, we got some autofocus issues. So he might just be going for a push shot here.
No, it looks... I mean... I don't see him hitting it. Oh, he's pushing.
Yeah, so he pushed out to...
Oh, I didn't know he could... I didn't know
it's 10 ball.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I
yeah.
didn't know if that
push is always an option. Let's see.
Anthony's like, go for it.
He's
Have
got
fun.
full coverage. Yep, so he passes it back, pushed out to a jump shot here.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got enough space. I mean, I'm assuming he does if he pushed out here.
Yeah.
He's got to have space for it.
Or he might just have enough of an angle to hit it and freeze it there now if he gets lucky. I don't think he's gonna make it. I think he can hit it more flush now, and that's why he did that. Is he calling it there? Oh wait a minute, he's calling it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good luck with this one. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And let's see. Did the 5-ball get in the way? I think it did. Yep. So the 5-ball's in the way of the one in the side, or in and cutting the side at all.
Anthony's got the wall of China over here. He's just gonna come off the 1 ball, float the cue ball down here, and put the one on that rail, and say, "Have fun." I mean, that's what I think he's gonna do. I don't think he's gonna play a combo. Oh, he's looking at it, but
He may just try to get right up behind the 7 again.
I mean,
that's another option.
I don't know why he just wouldn't run down here. I mean, it makes more sense to do that and push the 1 ball here with all these blockers. Nice and soft, roll down. Oh,
oh, and he's going to leave something for Julio. Let's take a look at this overhead. I think he can see it clean by this 5, I'm pretty sure.
You think so?
I think so. There's he's calling it within 2 seconds, so I definitely think he can see this. So if he can, and he can get shape on this too, that might be a big mistake by Anthony.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's going to get a good roll off the 6. Not going to sell anything out aggressive to Anthony. Let's take a look at the overhead. See how much of a gap here is between the 1 and the 6.
I like the boot.
It's nice, yeah. There's a very nice setup here by Breakout Billiards.
You run the air. Oh, you got the air right there.
Yep. All right, so he's called it in the side. It looks like he's going to play a 3-rail kick shot. Let's go to the overhead for this view. He's going to try 3 rails. Oh, and he almost gets it. That was a very aggressive shot for Anthony. So he's gonna leave a shot for Julio, but there's really no future on the 2, but there's a very good safe here. If he can make this, we can see him line up to freeze the ball behind the 9 and then hit the 2 ball out 3 rails for a safe.
No, he could play the 1 for free because he's gonna run in between these balls and he has all these blockers here. If he wants to be aggressive. Oh well, I don't know. I can't tell. No, from this angle, it looks like the 2 don't go.
It does not go.
Okay, so he's not doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't go.
I thought he had room here.
No.
And then he would have just came over here. 1 ball here.
Yeah, if you take a look at the overhead, it makes it much more clear that it's not there.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think it's
turned into a brain game.
But I think he can make this and then play for the safe on the 2, freezing behind the 9 and sending it around 3 rails.
Yeah, see, coming across. Ooh. Is he gonna get lucky again?
I don't know if I think Anthony can see this ball. Yeah, Anthony can definitely see this ball, but it's a 1-7 combo. Challenging shot here, especially from distance on a 4-inch table. I don't think he called anything, so I think he's playing some sort of safe here.
Nice
Yep,
shot.
he's opted to use all of that traffic and very nicely executed shot by Anthony. Fully hooked behind the 6. Take a quick look just to confirm. Yep, I don't think Julio has any edge here on the 1. Good execution by Anthony. He's on the hill, wants to close this out. Julio's taking a look at what sort of 2-rail kick option, maybe a 3-rail kick option that he has.
Or 1 rail with inside.
Potentially, yeah. Yep, 1 rail with inside. So here he's looking to just get the 1 through some coverage, right? Yeah. And
he's not gonna like that.
Yeah, so he's gonna leave that with an angle.
With the brooch, with the angle to break him open.
Yep, with the angle.
Tough.
So
I mean, Anthony's got to sneak in behind that 9. I mean, he's looking to push that 9. You don't want to
yeah,
get if he comes behind it and kicks it, it might be good, but I don't know if he's.
yeah, I think he's just trying to gently push the 9 out of the way. Let's look
I
at
don't
this
know,
angle
man.
here and see.
Oh, you guys got the good stuff there with the camera. That's that. What the hell is that, bro?
Good job, folks.
I think if he sneaks in there, he could slide down. You better hit that 9 really flush. Yeah, see, slide
Yep.
down. So scared of.
Yeah, and you can see immediate body language reaction. He's not happy with it.
Yeah.
I think he's
'cause
very close to his
You just
work
want to
too.
hit.
Yeah.
You want to hit the 9 flush.
Yep. So here I think you just thin the 2, throw the ball away, use the 9, 10, 8 as blockers.
He's probably just gonna come off the 2 ball with the cue here, with the cue ball, put the cue
And
ball
use
there.
the 8, 9, 10 as blockers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not gonna move that 2.
All right. Good speed, good control. Definitely got it.
Could be a jump bank. I don't know if it clears the 6. I don't think so. It's hard to tell.
I think that 9 might be a little too far for him to do this. But yeah, he's looking at that angle between the 3, 5 for the kick. And it's a little bit harder, but it gives you a chance to make it where he could come short rail for a kick too. But no, he's going with the aggressive option to call it. But what does he have to do to this cue ball to make sure that he can have a shot on the 3 afterwards? Looks like a pocket speed shot.
Nah, he's hitting this. You don't want nothing laying up.
Oh, he's gonna give ball in hand.
That should be sayonara right there.
Yeah, Anthony's the heavy favorite to run this out. We should see him just pop it out center table with everything and tic-tac-toe.
Who's the architect of this booth?
Breakout Billiards. Yeah, Breakout Billiards put together all this awesome new stuff.
Well, I didn't even question that. I wasn't even questioning about the electronics. I knew that right away. I was talking about the other part of it.
Oh, the actual like
the wood. Yeah.
Oh, Ant-Man, McGuire, and Oscar. You know, those guys would work
awesome.
with Breakout Billiards and you know, help out with a lot of their events and such. So yeah, a lot of the local community, exclusively local community, you know, helped put all this together.
A very team effort heavy.
Yeah,
project.
very team effort heavy. It was awesome to watch, honestly. You know, and it felt weird. Even like, you know, some of the staff and some of the regulars have said it felt like it popped up overnight. You know, because you're one day it wasn't here and then the next day it was. But it was as China will tell you, it was probably 18 months of planning and everything in the making, and finally just, you know, deciding to pull the trigger to make it happen.
The vision came true.
Yep. All right, so Anthony's
So
well on a run out here. I think he plays the only last real piece of information for him is, does he play the 8 in the bottom left or bottom right? I think bottom left makes way more sense.
I don't
natural.
know. Well, it all depends if the 8 goes past the 9. I don't think it does it?
Yeah, I don't think it does either. Yeah, let's take one more overhead right here. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I can't tell. It's a close one. We'll see.
Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, it might go. It might go. Well,
Yeah.
the shape he's given himself, I mean, it could go either way. All right, yeah, he's looking for the 8 in the bottom left. He just spotted his contact spot on the right long rail.
Every time I shoot this shot, I find the side pocket automatically. That's just me.
Yeah, yeah. We're not 794, unfortunately.
I mean, he looks good.
Yep, looks very good. I think he might be slightly on the wrong side of the shot line.
Yeah, he can.
But I think he can figure this out.
Yeah.
A shout out to the 500 folks watching.
Shout out, just over 500
He already
folks tuning
tapped
in
it.
to
He
help.
already tapped it.
Wow, yeah. So good match between these two players. So Anthony formally wins 11-8, winning by 3 racks over Julio. Julio concedes the 9 and the 10. You see them now talking about the break, right? Both of them had their own individual struggles on the break. Talking about the one where he got hooked. Yeah, he frustrated by the rolls, but great match, and love seeing these two players compete. Last thing before we go off, thank you to everyone who joined in to join us for this inaugural stream to show off these capabilities.
Yeah, you should.
Thanks to the players, for Julio and Anthony for coming out to do this. Thanks for Breakout Billiards for commissioning all of this for us, and most importantly, thanks to the community and the fans who make all this possible and make it so much fun to do. So I love you all, and Tom, you got some words?
Awesome
to say
job, man. You see this booth? They did a really great job. Put a lot of work into it. I could see it, and that's very nice. Very nice for the business. Very nice to the place and people. Enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tom. Means a lot coming from you, brother.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That's a wrap for us.
Yeah,
We
you
are
did-
Beyond Billiards, and we will see you next time.
you did-